Year 1. Hope you're okay at home. This is your literacy lesson for today, for Tuesday the 30th of March. And today we're going to be doing some phonics. So just as we do at school, we're going to start off by saying all of our phase 5 sounds. So I've got a sound mat here. I'm going to point to each sound. I'm going to let you say the sound and then I will say it after you. Okay, are we ready? Let's go. A, ow, I, e, oi, oo, you, or, w, f, oo, o, or, e, a, e, I, o, oo, you. How did you get on? Did you get them all right? Well done if you did. If you didn't, don't worry. You can always pause the video here and have another try at saying those sounds. Okay. When we're at school, we also practice our tricky words. Okay, so let's see if we can read these tricky words. I'll point to the word, you say it, then I'll say it after. Ready? Off we go. He, she, we, me, be, you, all, are, her, was, they, my. Well done. We're going to have a little look at some more tricky words now. And when we're reading these tricky words, we're going to look really carefully because we're going to spell them a little bit later on as well. So let's read them together first. I'll point to the word, you say it, then I'll say it afterwards. O, Mrs, people, Mr, called, looked, could, asked, there. How did you get on? Again, if there were any that you didn't know or you couldn't read, pause the video now and have another try. Right then, you're going to need today for our lesson a pencil and something to write on. So you could get a piece of paper, or if you haven't got any paper at home, you could use your homework book. So pause the video now, please, and go and fetch a pencil and something to write on. Okay, so our first activity then is going to be spelling some tricky words. So we're going to use our phase 5 tricky words here. I'm going to cover one of the words up with my yellow card and we're going to see if you can write it down and spell it correctly. So I'm going to choose the word, what was this word again? People. Have a good look at the word people. So I'm going to cover it up in a minute and ask you to spell it. Let's look at the letters. We've got a P, an E, an O, another P, and then a L and an E. Looks a bit like P-opal, doesn't it? Remember, these are tricky words, so we can't use our phonics to help us sound them out. They're tricky. We just have to practice and remember how to spell them. Have one more last look at that word. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. Have a look. Get ready. I'm going to cover it up and it's gone. Okay, on your piece of paper then, pause the video here and write down the word people. Okay, let's see if we got that right. Did you get it right? Check your letters. Well done if you did. If you didn't, that's okay. Pause the video here and you can practice. You can copy the word correctly to practice it. Let's cover up another word then. Let's cover up the word could. So have a look at the word could. It sounds like could, but it's not. It's a tricky word. There's something tricky about it, so we have to just practice it. Let's look at the letters. K, A, O, L, D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters. Have a good look at that word. So I'm going to cover it up. Get ready. And it's gone. Okay, on your piece of paper, can you write the word could, please? Okay. Pause the video if you need some more time. Let's take the paper away and have a look and see what you should have written. Did you get it right? Did you remember the O and the L? Not just K, O, D. If you didn't, pause the video and have another practice at writing that word now. Okay, let's choose one more word. Let's choose the word looked. Now, looked sounds like it should be looked, looked, but it's not. We've got two R making the O sound, and it's an E-D, an E-D on the end, not a T. So have a look at those letters. L-O-O-K, E-D, looked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters we need to remember. Have a good look at the word. I'm going to cover it up now. And it's gone. Okay, can you write the word looked on your paper, please? Pause the video if you need some more time. Let's have a look and see how we got on. Did you get it right? Well done if you did. If you didn't, pause the video and have another try at writing it correctly so you can practice. Okay, well done. If you wanted an extra little challenge here, you could pause the video and see if you could choose one of the tricky words and see if you could write them in a sentence. Or you could perhaps choose a tricky word, cover up the screen and see if you can practice spelling them. Okay, right. Today in phonics then, we're going to be looking at some sounds that we've been practicing at school. I'm going to put them up here. I wonder if you can tell me what you notice about all of these sounds. What do you notice about all the sounds that I'm showing you? They're all split digraphs, aren't they? They're all the split digraph sounds we've been practicing at school. Let's see if we can say the sounds together. Oo or you. O, I, A, and E. Well done. And they're split digraphs because the sounds have been split. They've been split apart and another letter can go in between them. So we're going to be looking at these sounds today and seeing if we can read and write words without all of our split digraph sounds in. So let's have a look at reading some words first of all. So I'm going to show you a word. See if you can read it. Okay. K-I-T, kite. Let's have a look at the next one. Remember to sound it out. Your turn. T-I-M, time. Your turn. G-R-A-P, grape. Your turn. F-O-N, phone. Your turn. Snake, snake. Your turn. B-O-N, bone. Your turn. K-O-N, cone. And one more. It's a longer one, sound it out carefully. Did you get it? Complete. Complete. That means if you finish something, if you do something and you get it all done, you complete your work, you finish your work. Okay, brilliant. So now we're going to see if we can write some words with the split digraphs in. What split digraph word do you think I might need to write for this picture? What is this? It is some rope. Rope. Let me sound out the word rope using my flicky fingers. R-O-P. Rope. So which split digraph sound do I need to use? I need to use O. So let me try and write down the word rope. Was the first sound. O. Here's my split digraph O. Keep the E in my head for later. O-P. Add the E onto the end of my word. Rope. O-P. Rope. Let me try another one. Okay. What do we think this is? What's this? It's a crane. It's a crane. Builders use it to lift heavy things. So crane. Let's sound out the word crane. K-R-A-N. Crane. Which split digraph do we need to use? A. So let me try and write down the word crane. K. So the K is the first sound. A. Here's my A sound. It's a split digraph we're using today. Keep the E in my head for later. K-R-A-N. Don't forget to add the E back on the end, otherwise it would be kran, cran. We don't want cran, we want crane. K-R-A-N, crane. Let's try one more. What is this a picture of? Yes, dice. Dice. Let me sound out the word dice. D-I-C. Dice. So which split digraph sound are we using? We're using the I. So let me sound it out again. D is my first sound. D-I. Remember, it's a split digraph I. Keep the E in my head for later. D-I-S. Now, do you remember, we've talked about this at school, sometimes in words there's another letter that can make the S sound, especially if we're writing split digraphs. Which letter also makes the sound S sometimes? Can you remember? A curly K sometimes makes the sound S, especially in split digraph words. Remember my E on the end. D-I-S, dice. Okay, great. You're going to have a go now on your piece of paper or in your homework book at writing down these split digraph words. We'll talk about them first so you know what the pictures are. So this one is smile, smile, spade, spade, mole, mole, fire, fire, mice. Oh, that's got that S sound in it, hasn't it? Like dice. Mice. And bike. Bike. So what I'd like you to do now is you're going to pause the video and in your book, look at each picture one at a time and sound out with your flicky fingers and write down those split digraph words. Okay, and then we'll come back and we'll see if you got them right. Pause the video now, off you go. Okay, let's see how you got on with that then. So the first word was smile. Let's sound out the word smile together. S-M-I-L. Smile. There's no y sound in smile. It sounds a little bit like it when we say it, smile, but there's not. It's smile. Smile. So, S-M-I-L. It was the I, split digraph I. Keep that in my head for later. Smile. Did you get that one right? You can give it a little tick if you did. If you didn't, pause the video here and have another try at writing the word smile correctly. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Spade. 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 Split digraph A. Keep the in my head for later. D. Spade. Did you get that right? Give it a tick if you did. If you didn't, pause the video, have another try. Mole. Sound out with our flicky fingers. Mole. So split digraph O. Keep the in my head for later. Remember to put that on the end. Mole. Down here we had fire. Fire. Again, there's no y in fire. Fire. Sometimes it sounds like there is, but there isn't. Fire. Fire. I, split digraph sound. Keep the in my head for later. Fire. Now this one, mice. Ice. Split digraph I sound. Now, which letter did you use to make the S sound? Remember we said sometimes it's a curly K, like dice, and then the E on the end for later. If you didn't get these right, just pause the video and have another try. Give them a tick if you have, though. Well done if you have. The last one was bike. B-I-K. Bike. B. Split digraph I. Keep the E in my head for later. Now, which K did you use? Usually in a split digraph, and we have spoken about this at school, normally in a split digraph word, it's a kicking K. Making the K sound. B-I-K. Bike. Okay, again, if you didn't get that quite right, okay. If you used a curly cut, that's a really good try. You've sounded it out, but you can pause the video and have a go at writing it correctly. Well done. So now what you're going to do is you can have a little bit of time to, like we do at school, choose some of those words to use in some sentences. Remember to use your capital letters and full stops. Remember to use your conjunctions like and, but, because and so to make your sentences longer. And remember to use your kinetic letters too. Okay, so you can stop the video in a moment and you can have a go in your books or on your paper at writing your sentences. And come back tomorrow because we'll have another video for you tomorrow. Okay, bye for now then.